celebrating diversity and honoring achievement. This is the 2024 Minority Business Awards. And now to kick things off, from 95.7 Jams, Kay Simone.
Okay, good. Well, my name is Kay Simone. I am the midday personality for 95.7 Jams, and I want to welcome you all once again to the Minority Business Awards. Now, as you continue dinner, I would like to give a special thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors for making this event possible, okay? So I would like to start by thanking Alabama Power, Alabama Black Women's Roundtable, Birmingham Coca-Cola, Birmingham Urban League and MasterCard, Birmingham Waterworks Board, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, BMSS, Barfield Murphy Accounting, Butler Snow, City of Birmingham, Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, Cricket, Fletcher, Hell Law Firm, and Com Law Blog, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Petway, Legacy of Hope, Max Transit, Birmingham Jefferson County Transit Authority, Mi Pueblo Supermarkets. Hey, I hear y'all. Prosper, Protective Life, Renaissance Bank, 610 WAGG, 98.7 KISS, and of course, 95.7 Jams. Let's give them all a warm round of applause. Now, without further ado, I am honored to introduce tonight's host to the stage. So, a Philadelphia-born and Jersey-raised Cal Santillan has an impressive radio career that has spanned from leading stations like WJMH 102 Jams in Greensboro, North Carolina, to orchestrating the Chicago Morning Takeover on WGCI, earning him global recognition and prestigious awards. L'Oreal, a Brooklyn, Jersey native with a breakout rap career at 16, gained fame on VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York, and the viral sensation has since dazzled audiences on popular podcasts like Lip Service, Bully and the Beast, and Listen to Black Women. Together, they captivate radio listeners in 35 markets, including right here in the Magic City on Birmingham's own 95.7 Jams with their infectious humor, motivation, and engaging interviews. Please help me welcome the dynamic duo behind the Morning Hustle Show, Cal Santillan and L'Oreal.
Starring L'Oreal.
Excuse me, starring L'Oreal.
Yes.
Hi,
Thank
you,
Kay
Simone.
Thank you. We love Kay Simone.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much for that intro.
Make some noise for her.
Make some noise for yourselves. You look beautiful tonight. Make some noise, Birmingham. Man,
We're
this is
so
wonderful.
honored to be here in Birmingham. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
The view, everybody here, you look amazing. Are y'all liking the event so far? Y'all having a good time? Yeah.
I love tonight for what it represents and what it stands for. If you're here to celebrate and honor Black business, please make some noise. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, we're celebrating everybody in this room. We want to thank y'all for coming out tonight.
Yes.
And we're going to honor a lot of people because you deserve it.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. You guys have done the work, so tonight is really all about you. We're thankful to be here. We're thank you for our 95.7 Jams family. Make some noise for all of our radio family that's in the building, if you don't mind. And we're just looking forward, just kicking it with y'all tonight, presenting some awards, and just enjoying ourselves. And I know you all as well, all right? So you ready to get to it?
Y'all ready to get started?
No, man, come on, it's Birmingham. We heard y'all turn up and have a good time. Are you ready to get this thing going? That's what we're talking about.
The wine is kicking in now.
All right, so let's do it. So to kick things off tonight, L'Oreal and myself, we're going to introduce our keynote speaker. Please give it up for Mr. Mike Kemp. All right? Now, before he makes his way to the stage, we want to let you know that J. Michael Kemp Sr. is the founder and CEO of KMS Family of Companies, which includes Kemp Management Solutions, Framework, and Streamline. And these companies are focused on providing high-quality program management and consulting services not just in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 states. We're talking about 21 states in the U.S. and in Europe. That's a big deal, all right?
Crazy.
KMS was started in January of 2011 and has grown to annual revenues of, I gotta talk to this guy, $28 million. Okay, with a total of 32 full-time staff members, and KMS was named in INC's 5,000 fastest growing companies in 2021 and 2022. The KMS family of companies provide program management and healthcare and retail and municipal infrastructure and higher education sectors. And some of KMS's notable clients include Truist Bank, Regions Bank,
Yeah,
Encompass Health,
that's crazy.
Medical Properties Trust, and Alabama Power Company.
Come on, make some noise for that.
Make some noise for that. And we're not done.
No, with more than 33 years in the construction industry, Mike has managed or built more than $7 billion. That's crazy in construction projects, okay? Yeah. Now, Mike has also been recognized as the business community recognized by the business community in the Birmingham Business Journal 2010's top 40 under 40. He was also listed among the top 40 under 40 of the decade. Mike is a member of Leadership Birmingham's class of 2012, Leadership Alabama's class of 2017, a member of the Downtown Rotary Club of Birmingham, and serves on the Birmingham Regional Section Committee for Leadership Alabama. Mike was also a 2013 Minority Business Award nominee.
Wow.
So can y'all please join us in welcoming J. Michael Kemp Sr. tonight, esteemed keynote speaker.
Please make some noise for this brother right here. How you doing, sir? Before he says a word, come on back over here, Lo. We gotta get his brother this award right here, man.
Oh, you didn't let me see it. I want to see it too.
Get this right here. Does that look good?
Oh my God,
Okay.
This is so nice.
Birmingham, how does this look? Does this look all right? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. J. Michael Kemp, this is yours, brother. Thank you for all that you do.
Where you gonna put it?
Put it right here. I don't know who that guy is. I told him, I said, we should have shortened that to about half. Yeah. So good evening to everybody. I'm delighted to be here with you tonight. You know, when I got the phone call to come and be the keynote speaker to this group, I was really honored to be able to come and share with some of my peers, a lot of friends, people here that I know that I've known for a long time, and having this opportunity to be the keynote speaker is really an honor and a blessing to me. So thank you for that. So I want to be good stewards of your time. As many of you that know me, I'm going to get here early and I'm going to finish on time. So we're going to get in and get out. We're going to move on to the next thing. Right? So, but seriously, I wanted to start with some introductions. I want to first thank Carl Palmer. I know he couldn't join us tonight. I think he's the CEO of Summit Media. He and I gotten to know each other over the years, and so he invited me to come and be the keynote speaker tonight. So I want to say thanks to him, and if the team could pass that along, I really appreciate it. And I also want to just kind of congratulate the honorees that are going to be honored, those that's been nominated and those that are actually going to be winners in their various categories. And then I also want to recognize my family that's here with me tonight. My wife, Ursula, is here with me, and my oldest son, James, is here. Both of them work in the business with me, and I appreciate them coming out to support. So tonight, I want to talk a little bit about the journey of life in entrepreneurship. You know, as I started to think about how to speak to this group, because we got business leaders, we have business owners, we have people aspiring to business, and trying to think about something that would resonate across that spectrum with a variety of audience members here. And so as I thought about it, I said, I want to talk about the journey of life, because, you know, the interesting thing is that you see people in various places at various times, and it's a snapshot in time, and you don't really understand the story or the journey that they've been through to get to where they are, right? And so I want to talk a little bit about that tonight. And as we get into it, I want to start, I'm big on definitions, right? Because words mean a lot to me. And so the journey of life and entrepreneurship isn't only about reaching a specific destination or level. It's about the things we learn, we experience, we have grown, and how we have grown as individuals, right? As we go along this journey. It's about being present in the moment, embracing both the good and the bad, learning from everything we encounter. So as a journey, a lot of times we get hung up on whether or not we're gonna arrive or we've arrived. But I would challenge all of us to really think about that a journey is as long as we're alive, right? Because I think at the end of the day, if we continue to grow and progress and get better, we'll continue to see things progress in our life. So when I think about journey really focuses on the process of getting there, not the arrival, right? Focuses on the journey, the process of getting there, and not the arrival. Because a lot of times when we reach a certain plateau, even in age, right? I'm in an age now in my life that when I think back on the younger me, what I would have said 20 years ago is probably very different than what I would say today, right? But I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to understanding that there's a process as we live our lives. So key takeaways tonight that I want to share is really three things along the journey. We're going to learn, then we should apply, and then we should grow. We should learn, should apply, and then we should grow. Because at the end of the day, we're always learning in the process of life and business, because we're preparing to be business owners before we actually open the business. If many of you that are in here, you think about those that are going to be honored as, up and coming executives that are already seasoned, business owners, new business owners, entrepreneurs, aspiring, you were already being prepared before you got to that spot. It's just how much did you really recognize what had occurred in your life during that process of your journey. So I want to talk about a few stops on my own personal journey to take place and versus where I am today. So as a journey, I'm going to talk about really 5 spots that I had throughout my life, and I want to share the key takeaways and how they shaped the business person I am today. So the first stop that I'm going to talk about is 14-year-old Mike Kemp. 14-year-old Mike Kemp. Now, many of you, I'm going to say where I worked, and some of you probably not going to even know what it is. Some of you that are my age, you're going to know. Mrs. Winter's Chicken. Oh, yeah. Talk to me. Huh? That was Popeyes before Popeyes showed up. Right? Isn't that right? Right? Mrs. Winter's Chicken on, look, Highway 31 in North Birmingham on the corner. All right? Y'all don't know about that, right? But now, 14-year-old Mike Kemp, summer, started that job. And in that job, I learned, these were my takeaways, what hard work looked like, being dependable, understanding you have to start somewhere, right? A lot of times we despise certain beginnings. I brag on the fact that I started at Miss Winters, and then I graduated to Taco Bell. Y'all ain't gonna stop. Listen, I got my first transfer from Taco Bell out in Center Point to the one in Montgomery when I went to Alabama State. Let's go Hornets, right? And so at the end of the day, right, we got some in the house. And so what we got to understand is that we can't despise where we started. We got to all realize that we start somewhere. Now let's talk about second stop. Second stop is 20-year-old Mike Kemp. And now we're moving, having started college, going to this next place. I stopped at Brassfield and Gorey Construction Company and hired there as a project manager while I'm in school. Legion Field was my very first project when they did the Skybox edition and all of the new seating and the walk-around ramps that's on both ends. If it's still working, I took credit for it. If it's not, I don't. Right? I did all the layout for the ramps on the outside. That was one of my first projects ever, so I take a lot of pride in that every time I go out there to a game. So what was the lesson there, right? So we're talking about learning, talking about applying, and we're talking about growing. So each lesson, I think about life as a journey, is everything that we learn is almost added to our briefcase, right? And so we're adding things to our briefcase. So you should always carry those lessons with you to every stop. That's why I talk about a journey, is that we're progressing every day. And so now 20-year-old Mike, he's learned how to work hard. He's learned how to be dependable. And he understands that it's not about where I start, right? I got to start somewhere. So 20-year-old Mike is at Brassfield. And so now I'm starting to learn the basics of construction. Now I'm knowing my craft well and how to be coachable, right? And so I'm in an industry now that I'm interested in being in, interested in growing in. And so now I'm having to glean from this opportunity that was presented to me at this very good company, almost 34 years ago now. It's hard to believe when I think about it. It's like I can't say that too loud too often. I date myself a little bit, right? And so those were the takeaways. So now I'm getting ready to apply that. So let's move to 23-year-old Mike Kemp. And now I'm starting my first business, Kemp Enterprises. So Kemp Enterprises, I've made my stop at Miss Winter's Chicken. Now I've come to Brassfield. I've got this, kind of briefcase of knowledge that I've learned that I'm carrying with me. And now I'm getting ready to start this first business. Now, this is Kemp Enterprises, so the lessons that I learned here, I'm going to kind of turn this a little bit. I learned a lot of what not to do in my first business, okay? And learned 23-year-old Mike Kemp, he learned how to work hard, right? He had learned some of the basics about his craft. He knew about being dependable, so my core of who I am never changed, and it's still with me today after all these years. But the challenge that I realized at 23-year-old Mike is that the lesson that I learned was the importance of mentors. I didn't have any in that first business. I didn't seek them. And so therefore, that was a challenge. 23-year-old Mike Kemp didn't understand financials, right? And cash flow and building relationships. Those are all things that I didn't do well at 23. Had these other things, right? But in the journey of life, I learned so much of what not to do in that first business. So those were lessons that I carried with me that I'm saying, okay, now I got to apply that. And I got to make sure that as I move to the next place, that I'm able to learn from that stop in the journey, okay? So now, let's go to stop 4. 7 years later, 30-year-old Mike Kemp. After that, after all these lessons that have been learned, I said, you know what? I don't know what I don't know. Right? So now I got to make a decision. I'm dependable. I learned basics. I understand generally about financials. I understand the thing about hard work. All that's still with me. But I didn't know what I didn't know, because I knew where I wanted to go. And in order for me to go where I wanted to go, I knew I had to learn more. So here I am now at Hoare Construction Company. That's H-O-A-R for those of you in the room. I always spell it. I'm going to digress for a second. We did a women's project in Louisiana. They made us change the name of the company for the partnership. Seriously. They would not let us put that name on the sign in front of this project. But anyway, it was H-O-A-R, construction. So what were the lessons? The lessons there were how to run a large team, opening remote offices, and closing big deals. I learned a lot at that stop. And I was there 10 years. And in that stop, that was the place to where I was able to hone a lot of the skills that I had been taken and gathered over time at these various stops, and then applying the hard work, coachable, doing all those things, and applying all of that that back to the new things that I'm learning. So as executives, as business owners, it's all about those abilities to be able to apply what you've learned, maximize it, and then ultimately grow from it, right? And so at that point, it's like, okay, now, last stop, and I'm real close to wrapping this up, it's 40-year-old Mike Kemp. At 40 years old, when you do the math, that's 26 years from the first stop. It's a lot of life that's happened from that time to this time. And in that moment, that was kind of a place in the journey that I said, you know what? I feel like I'm finally ready for the next leg of the journey, right? Not so much the next thing, but the next leg of the journey, because the next thing is going to be a lot further down. What are the lessons that I learned at 40-year-old Mike Kemp? Use everything I've learned over the prior 26 years to apply to this business. So a lot of things that you all see and have witnessed and God has blessed us to be able to do was a culmination of things over those 26 years that I learned and carried with me, good and bad, that I was able to apply. So as, you know, whether we're running a team or leading a department or we're building a business, we got to be able to take those things that we learned and apply them, and then ultimately challenge ourselves to grow. So out of those lessons, hard work, dependability, knowing my craft, knowing the numbers, managing people, building relationships, closing the deal, and then lastly, this was the thing that I wanted to really echo here and emphasize, is managing myself well, right? Because oftentimes when we get to a place, it's a lot of things that I can do, but I don't do because it's not for me to do, right? Because what happens is a lot of times when we get to certain places, we feel like we should be able to do multiple things, but we should be very intentional about managing ourselves well as executives, as business owners, as aspiring business owners, because it's so easy to get pulled into things that you could do it, but should you be doing it? And are you really the right person to do it, right? And so we got to be willing to manage ourselves well. And that's a tough thing. So in closing thoughts here, in this current stage of the journey where I am today, there are things that I'm learning today on the journey. You know, one of the big things that's important to me is how to balance running a larger business while keeping family a priority. Many of you that know me know that my family is like first for me, right? And God really being first, and then my family. And so it's a thing of being able to keep a balance and keeping things in priorities. That's part of the journey as well, right? Because we can get lost in the accolades, we can get lost in the success, and we can be intoxicated by those things. And I think the brother said this, that a lot of times when we start, we got to start with humility, right? To really be able to sail high where it don't overtake us and create somebody else, causes us to become somebody else, right? And I think that's important because at the end of the day, right now, what I'm learning is preparing the business for succession and creating paths for the next generation. Being a first generation business owner at this level and what God's afforded us to do, I'm having to ask a lot of questions right now. And I'm still learning. I'm talking to people that are ahead of me that have done this before. And I'm humble enough to say, you know what, I don't know. I came from a single parent home in East Lake, went to Hayes High School, and the pace setters in the house, y'all holler back. Okay. But so, you know, being able to be humble enough to say that, you know what, I'm still learning. And how do I now protect this asset that we've been blessed enough to have, and being able to steward it well? Because I believe that God places us in a place to be stewards. It doesn't belong to me. I'm supposed to steward it, right? And so I got to measure the cost. I got to make sure that I'm taking all of the information that I've learned over these, now so many years. I'm not going to give y'all that total number. But at the end of the day, it's my turn to steward it. So I'm still learning, still applying, and still growing, right? So these three things should be a part of your life, and you as a business owner or an executive or aspiring business owner, wherever you are. It should be a part of what you're doing. Make the most of your journey, even when it's hard. Oftentimes, I enjoy working out. I can't do what I used to do. My son is taking up the mantle now. He's working out harder than me, and I feel some kind of way sometimes, but I'm getting over it. I'm getting better, right? But the resistance is what builds strength. Resistance builds strength. And so we got to be willing to work through the resistance. And the soreness means that your muscles have been torn and they're being reshaped. Right? That's what we got to understand, is that pain sometimes is about the reshaping of who we are and what we're becoming, right? And you have to take something away from every experience that you can use in the future. There's a lesson in everything. Even in the things that you feel like you failed, because, it took me time to really get over the fact mentally for myself that the first business could have been counted as a failure. 7 years in, was young, made a lot of mistakes. My wife still, she kept me. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. So when y'all see me smiling, she's smiling, I'm like, y'all don't understand. Good gracious, she was there before all this happened. So she's still there, so I appreciate her for that. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things to where there's something positive that could be brought out of every situation, even in tough places. So as we continue to move here to the next place, I hope that what I've shared will resonate with you and give you something to think about, right, as you move to the next place. And again, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you tonight, and thank you for listening, and I hope I shared something that's useful.
Mr. Mike Kemp.
Thank you. And your beautiful family as well.
For sure.
Okay, so the Minority Business Award features 9 categories. This includes Academic Leader of the Year,
Diversity and Inclusion Leader of the Year,
Entrepreneur of the Year,
Executive Leader of the Year,
Medical Professional of the Year,
Nonprofit Leader of the Year,
Small Business Owner of the Year,
Young Professional of the Year,
and the Minority Business Award launch winner for Business Startup of the Year.
I love it. There's a lot going on. We're acknowledging and recognizing a lot of people here tonight.
That's right. And now the 2024 Minority Business Award begins with the presentation of Academic Leader of the Year Award. Please welcome our family, Kay Simone from 95.7 Jam.
Yeah, give it up for Kay Simone, y'all.
All right, you ready? Let it begin. All right, so like they said, I am introducing Academic Leader of the Year, and this year's nominees are Arlinda Davis, STEM Lead Teacher Coordinator, Marathon Academy, and We Education Plus, Dr. Jerry Albright, Director of Public Relations and Community Affairs at Lawson State Community College, and last but not least, Lavella Jones, Chief Academic Officer and Education Solutions. And my winner is, drum roll please. No drum roll? Okay. Dr. Jerry Albright, Director of Public Relations and Community Affairs of Lawson State Community College.
Good evening. And I will say that most would be very surprised that I am speechless. I do want to thank everyone today who's responsible for this particular award. all of those who are here, all of the other honorees in this category as well, because you are so deserving also. I'd like to thank those, of course, from Summit. And I'd like to also thank those who also support me at Lawson State Community College. One in particular is my administrative assistant who has been with me for years, and I'd like to recognize her, Lola Bryant, who is here tonight. I am so very appreciative of this, and I thank you so much.
And now we're gonna have your Diversity and Inclusion Leader of the Year Award presented by our family from Cricket Wireless. Come on up.
Good evening, and thank you for having Cricket be a part of the Minority Business Awards event. We understand the importance of being an active member of the community and recognize the value it brings to your success. At Cricket, our mission is to provide communities with easy, high quality, and affordable wireless experiences. We want to make sure that you stress less and smile more. I am here to present the Cricket Diversity and Inclusion Leader of the Year. The nominees are Andre Laciers, Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer, UAB Health System. Brandy A. Russell, Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer and Director of Talent Management, Balch and Bingham LLP. Martina Winston, VP, Head of Talent and Diversity and Inclusion, Protective Life. And the winner is Martina Winston.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor for me to stand here and accept this award on behalf of the good fight that a lot of us are fighting right now in the space of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I also want to thank my co-honorees, Brandy and Andre. We do this work together, and I accept this award also on your behalf because we're all in this fight together. I also want to shout out my team in the back because I am nothing without you. So thank you for continuing to go along this journey with me. And as long as I'm here, I'll continue to take the bullets for you each and every day. Thank you all so much.
Okay, so this next award is super important because we know it's not easy nowadays being an entrepreneur, you know, with all the prices going up and a lot of people, it's hard for them to support businesses, right? But we still appreciate the people that put their work in every day. And now your Entrepreneur of the Year award sponsor, City of Birmingham, Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity.
Good evening, I'm Coriate Hauser. I proudly serve as the Deputy Director for the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity at the City of Birmingham, and I have a team member here with me.
Good evening, I'm Mo Shorts, and I serve as a Senior Program Manager for the Office of Business Diversity and Opportunity.
All right, let's go. For the City of Birmingham, Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, Entrepreneur of the Year, the nominees are Danielle Ridgway, the founder and chief accountant of Covering Your Assets, LLC. We have Kelly Caulfield, the founder of NOLA Ice and Broad Street. And we have Sandro Da Silva, the owner of Alabama Kitchen and Bath. And the winner is Danielle Ridgway, founder and chief accountant of Covering Your Assets.
LLC. I definitely won't be before you long because I literally am speechless with no voice. But thank you all for this award. I humbly accept it. Honored to work alongside with such partners such as the City of Birmingham with Coriate and others, and honored to be with the other nominees as well. Just such an honor to serve the small business community in the financial and accountant realm. So thank you so much. I'm media, happy to be a part of this, so thank you so much.
All right, this next award, I feel like, is a very special award, man. I'm somebody who believes that we have to pour into our youth, we have to uplift our kids, We have to do everything that we can do to support them and put them on their journey and make sure that they're doing well in their lives. And his next award right now, if you agree, actually, just make some noise on that real quick. You feel what I'm saying? This next award is super important. This is our Young Professional of the Year Award, and it's going to be presented by our sponsors from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Oh yeah, you felt that bass.
Oh, we like that voice. That's a good voice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I am the voice of the South, Chris Smith, a sponsor of Blue Cross Blue Shield, as well as 98.7 KISS, the best R&B.
Period.
Just for the one time, give it up for the young professionals for the one time. Yes, they're starting a business while their knees are still working. Got to give it up to them. I'm here to present the Blue Cross Blue Shield Young Professional of the Year Award, and the nominees are Rico Harris, CEO of iPush Magazine. Sylvia Espinosa-Laxon, Development and Communications Director of HICA. Uriah Williams, Financial Advisor of Intellis Wealth Management. And the winner is, drum roll please, Sylvia Espinosa-Laxon, Development and Communications Director of Hispanic Interest Coalition of Alabama.
My boss said, Sylvia, you need to be prepared. You don't want to be like me. So there you go, Carlos. I'm here. Wow, I'm honored. So thank you, Summit Media. Thank you, Blue Cross Blue Shield. As a Latina, I do carry my heritage very deeply. So it's a steeped and determined and unwavering commitment in the community. 14 years ago, Birmingham embraced me. So I am fortunate to work alongside of individuals, organizations who share our vision, who share my vision for creative, positive change. At HICA, we tackle issues ranging from education and immigration to workforce and entrepreneurship. While I'm honored to receive this award, this award is truly for the resilient community that continues to succeed and basically overcome obstacles every day. They already did the hardest part, which was leave their home country for a better future. So thank you, Summit Media, for providing this platform for Black and brown voices to be elevated. I'm also grateful to my parents who live in Colombia and sacrificed everything for me to be here with you all today. Thank you for my family, my mentors, colleagues, and friends who inspire me and guided me every single day. So let us never lose the sight of transformative impact that we can achieve when we all come together. Thank you. And congratulations to all the nominees as well as winners.
So this next category is super important, and we learned this a lot during the pandemic, okay? So there was a shortage of a lot of things that we needed as far as nurses, doctors, because everybody wanted to be a rapper and an influencer. So obviously we want to take the time to honor the medical field. So, our Medical Professional of the Year award sponsor, we're so excited, Legacy of Hope.
Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Latoya Bishop. I serve as the multicultural educator at Legacy of Hope. My team is in the back cheering me on, but Legacy of Hope, we're actually here to have a conversation about what does it mean to be an organ donor. I know this is not the right environment, but I also want to know how many people have a connection to organ donation in this room? Knowing someone that's either on the registry, on the wait list, someone that received a transplant, or either a donor family. So that's what Legacy of Hope is about. And my particular role is to go out and encourage people that are in the African American communities to increase that number, because guess what? We're at the top of the list that's in need of a transplant. And guess what transplant or what organ is the most needed? Kidney, absolutely. I feel like I'm in school, right? Kidney is the most needed organ. However, we're at the bottom of the list for individuals that say, yes, I want to register to become an organ donor. So I am so honored to present this particular award because I actually know all of the candidates here. And it is very interesting because I want all of them to win, but there can only be one. But I am here to present the Medical Professional of the Year. We have Christine Hinton, therapist at Reach Counseling Service, Dr. Hernando Carter, Doctor of Medicine at Archwell Health, and Dr. Pauline Long and Dr. Jennifer Campbell, co-owners, Principal Consultant Pharmacist, it's a long title, okay, at Med Plus Consultings. And am I gonna get my theme music again or no? Not a drum roll, but everybody recognizes this song, right? Here we go. And the winner for the Medical Professional of the Year goes to Dr. Pauline Long and Dr. Jennifer Campbell, Med Plus Consulting. Come on up, Soror.
Standing before you are two brown girls with a vision and a mission to improve the health care of the people of Birmingham. We have, for over 20 years individually, taken care of people behind the counter, and once we came in front of the counter, particularly during the pandemic, we saw that we were just scratching the surface of what the needs of our community needed. So we are so grateful to the partnerships that we have, thankful to what we're able to provide by way of bringing access to care, sitting at people's dining room tables, telling them that they're taking too much medication, duplicating medications, and our goal is to help keep them out of the hospital and to have a better quality of life through the services that we provide at Med Plus Consulting. I'm gonna let you talk. I just want to give honor where honor is due to my parents who are no longer with me, who have helped to shape me to be the woman that I am today. And also, you know, behind every strong woman is a strong man. So I do give kudos to my husband who could not be with us tonight.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, again, thanks to the committee, everyone who voted, all of the sponsors. I definitely want to thank my parents, my husband, my two children, and to all of our partners that are in the audience who partnered with us, went arm in arm into the communities to improve health. The work has just begun, so thank you very much.
So, coming up next, we are going to honor and award the Nonprofit Leader of the Year Award. So get ready for that. It's going to be presented to you by the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Please make some noise.
I'm Sheriff Mark Petway, and I'm delighted to announce the Nonprofit Leader of the Year. First nominee is Angela Abdur-Rashid, Director of Communications and Community Engagement, Prosper. Second nominee is Michaela Moore Harris, Founder and Executive Director, Fine Arts, Fine Life. And the last nominee is Pastor Steve Green of More Than Conquerors Faith Church and Respect Organization. Thank God for nonprofits. Yes. And the winner is Angela Abdur-Rashid.
Wow. Wow. First, let me just say thank you to Summit Media for this amazing event where you have paused to recognize people who love this city, who love the work that we do. To my fellow honorees, Pastor Steve Green, you're a legend in the nonprofit world. Thank you to my husband, to my Prosper family in the back, and to everybody who trusts me to tell their story, to spread the word about who they are and what they do in their businesses. I love the work that I get to do, and I'm so grateful that I get to do it in this city with these amazing people. Thank you.
All the movers and the shakers are in the room tonight.
Yeah, let me ask this question. If you're born and raised in Birmingham, make some noise. You might not be born and raised here, but if you love Birmingham, please make some noise. Most important question. If you're here tonight and you getting money in Birmingham, make some noise. Okay, a couple of people here. Okay. All right. The love was greater than the money. I like that. All right, well, I asked that because, in order for you to get money, you obviously have to be running a business. And before you can get to a large business, you got to start with a small business, right?
Gotta start somewhere.
Any small business owners in the building? Anybody that ever had a small business in their life? Well, now what we're getting ready to do is present the Small Business Award Owner of the Year, and it's going to be brought to you by our family at Mi Pueblo Supermarkets. Please give them a round of applause.
My name is Dulce Rivera, and I'm the CEO of Mi Pueblo Supermarket. And as a small business owner and operator, it's not always easy, so I understand. You don't just wear one hat, you wear a million hats. And so tonight we celebrate everyone that's ever been a part of a small business. As our keynote speaker spoke about, earlier today, you have to learn from what you don't know, and you have to keep it going, right? And it's about the journey. It's not about where you get. So you have to learn from all those experiences. So my hat goes off to anyone that's ever been involved in a small business, because trust me, I know it's not easy. So tonight, unfortunately, there can only be one winner, but I am proud to present the Small Business Leader of the Year Award. And the nominees are Abogado Centro Legal, Nathan Harris, Managing Partner. Bridge and Root, Aisha Watts Taylor, Founder and CEO. Urban Soul Cafe, Alexis Kimbrough, Founder and CEO. And the winner is Nathan Harris, Managing Attorney at Abogado Centro Legal.
Thank you, and good evening. I'm so honored to be here tonight and accept this award on behalf of my team. I want to thank you for everybody who put this night together, and congratulate the rest of the honorees, the rest of the award winners, and again, just say thank you. I'm very, very humbled to be here tonight.
Now, this next award is it's going to go to somebody that doesn't have the easiest job. So I would say being an executive has to be one of the hardest things. You have to call the shots even when it's not easy. People are going to be mad at you because we're always going to blame you and it falls back on you, right? And sometimes you're the person that people turn to make sure that things do go right. So we want to welcome to the stage the Executive of the Year Award sponsor, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Please make some noise.
It's so nice, I get to do it twice. And I'm still Sheriff Mark Petway. And it's my pleasure to announce the Executive of the Year. First nominee is Charlotte Shaw, Executive Director and CEO, Birmingham Jefferson Transit. Second nominee is Kamal Witherspoon, CEO, Shift LLC. Final nominee is Teresia Huffman, Chairwoman, Birmingham Water Works. And the winner is Charlotte Shaw, Executive Director and CEO of Birmingham Jefferson County Transit.
I didn't expect to win this year. And I just want to say thank you to all of the nominees and Summit Media. And when I was invited to come here over 4 years ago to Birmingham, I got so many calls that told me, Charlotte, don't go. That's not the place for you. Matter of fact, if you go to BJCTA, which is a struggling transit authority, that is the CEO pet cemetery. And look at it now. 4 years later, we've increased the budget in 2 years by 56%. We started a new microtransit system, a new bus rapid transit system, and we just got an award in Washington, D.C. So let me tell you, don't listen to the naysayers. Because the truth is in your leadership, in your ability to persist when others think you are going to fail. And our transportation system used to be one of the ones that when people go into the room, they would turn their back. But now when we walk into the room, team, people look at us and say, Birmingham has just entered the room. So I want to thank you, Birmingham, for taking a chance on a first-time CEO. I want to thank my leadership team, all of you all in the back. I could not be the CEO I am without you. And Birmingham, look out. We got places to go and things to do. And all these minority businesses in the room, you need 3 people. You need a coach, you need a sponsor, and you need an ally. Your coach helps you and motivates you. Your sponsor gets you in the room, but your ally talks about you when you ain't in the room. So you look for all of the CEOs and the businesses across this city, and you walk in that door and you find out who they are and you partner with them. Because you still only make up 3% of the businesses in the United States. And you only get 2% of the revenue. But it's people like me who sit in my role who are waiting for you in the room. Thank you.
So we want to make sure that Minority Business Award Launch Program, powered by MasterCard and Business Startup of the Year Award sponsor,
This is the one right
is
here, huh?
greeted so amazingly, right? We want to make sure we give a big round of applause. And this is special to me because William Barnes from the Birmingham Urban League is going to come up here and join us. My grandmother was actually a secretary 50-something years ago for the National Urban League. So this is actually an honor for me to even be up here and be able to say, let's welcome William Barnes to the stage from the Birmingham Urban League.
Yes, sir.
So before I begin, I'd like to say thank you to Summit. As I understand it, this is 19 years, and I think they deserve a round of applause for the work that they've done in the community. So I'm proud to say that I am honored to serve as the president and CEO of the Birmingham Urban League, which is a part of the National Urban League, a 114-year-old organization that main purpose is to really fight for economic empowerment, social justice, parity, and power for communities of colors and underserved. More particularly Black folks, and more particularly African Americans. We've expanded that work to support Black and Brown because we have so many of the same issues that we face. And when we talk about supporting minorities, let me just share just 2 seconds of what and how important it is to us. There was a study several years ago, the Brookings Institute came to Birmingham. And I may have the numbers off a little bit, but hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying. And what they shared is that there were Black businesses in Birmingham owned about 96% of the businesses, yet they only made up about 1% of the sales in this city. And so when we talk about supporting businesses, more particularly minorities, it's important that this is more than just a pause to honor, but it's a conversation and a thought that we walk out intentionally thinking about how we can support minority-owned businesses so that they can, as we talk about, I think the Dow reached 40,000 points, so that they can, so that we can enjoy in the economic prosperity of this nation. So thank you, Summit, for allowing me to be here. I'd like to begin by announcing all of these, and I gotta tell y'all, this was very, very tough. Dee, I wanna say that the points were maybe within 2 to 3 points. This was extremely tough for us. So here are the nominees. Shanice Nicole, founder and owner of Change of Plans. Jermaine Stanton, founder and owner of Black Business Traffic. and Jetty Carnes, founder and owner of Glam Cosmetics. Now, I'm sure all of their hearts are pounding because $5,000, if we can talk about access to capital, right? This is real. This is real. Y'all ready? We're going to come back after break. We'll see you in a second. The winner is Jetty Carnes.
Wow. I was not, oh Jesus. I want to thank God because He birthed this purpose in me. If any of you know me, I'm a domestic violence survivor. And I developed a product for women in restoration and women on the go. So, this is just evident that I'm pursuing my purpose. And I want to thank my mama and my son. Thank you so much, my friends and family, for supporting me. And thank you, Summit Media. Thank you, Minority Business Award and Urban League. Thank you so much. I am shocked.
So don't go anywhere. Can I get Dee Linson to come up and join me? Dee, come on up. We've got some additional surprises that we'd like to share. Y'all give Dee Linson a round of applause, please.
Jetty has me a little teary, so let me get myself together. First, let's give William Burns and the Birmingham Urban League a round of applause. So as William mentioned, this year's finalists were phenomenal. They made our job as judge, and we like to call ourselves the Sharks. Very, very difficult. It was challenging. Like he mentioned, it was a 2-3-point margin. So with that in mind, we have a special treat. On behalf of Summit Media, our General Manager, Natalie Smith, and our esteemed CEO, Carl Palmer, who could not be with us here tonight, we would like to award Glam Cosmetics with a $5,000 advertising package. But wait, we have a change of plans. Change of plans and Black business traffic. You will also receive a $2,500 advertising package from Summit Media. Come join us. It didn't take much deliberation for us to arrive to this decision because you all were fantastic. And it was a labor to pick the grand prize winner. And so we wanted to make sure that everyone left here with something because you all are so deserving.
All right, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, man, tonight's been amazing, man. A lot of people got recognized, a lot of people doing great things, and you're just happy with what you saw tonight, and the people that are doing good work, please make a round of applause for everybody. Yeah.
I also want to make sure we do a little round of applause for the nominees, the finalists as well, because they've been working hard. And just because you didn't win this year, you know, there's other years.
Absolutely.
And everybody can't be a winner.
Absolutely. Also, we want to show love and support for all of our sponsors that help make tonight happen. Please, a round of applause for the sponsors. 95.7 Jam.
Of course. Birmingham's Urban League.
The Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Cricket Wireless.
Jefferson County Sheriff's Office.
Legacy of Hope.
The City of Birmingham Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. Mi Pueblo Supermarkets.
And Renaissance Bank.
We thank you for your support. We thank you for making this happen tonight. Please, one more round of applause for our sponsors. And thank you once again to Summit Media. We appreciate y'all having us.
Thank you so much.
And listen, thank you all for joining us at Summit Media's 2024 Minority Business Awards. It's been a time.
Yes, make some noise for yourselves.
All right.
Thank you so much. Y'all get home